Hello, and welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt, and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some meme coins that I think are fairly undervalued right now. I'm also going to be talking to you about Bitcoin, the market, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, and a couple of other indicators to look out for. I'm going to talk about the cycle in general, and I'm going to mention a few other things, including my Discord, which I'm going to leave a link down below if you want to sign up for that. A lot of great content, working pretty hard, putting in the hours, and I know the people in there are definitely getting some value from it. So with that out of the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Commenting down below really helps out the algorithm, but it also helps get more eyes on the projects that you like. So if you really want to help promote your project, comment it down in the description. There's a better chance that I'll cover it, and also more people will see it because of the YouTube algorithm. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now let's get into it. Alrighty, starting off with Bitcoin. Wow. Absolutely ripping. So we're in boring, pull your hair out chop from February through to around October. I mean, at least till September. We had many months of it. Everyone was calling crypto a scam. Everyone was hating being here. Interest was low. Morale was low. Yeah, we've broken out. We covered this a lot. We've broken above our 3 key levels that we talked about, and we're absolutely ripping. Wouldn't be surprised if we hit 100K today or tomorrow over the next few days. But the only thing I do want to add a little bit of caution to the wind is we've just had a move from 66,000 or 67,000 up to near 100,000. So we've just had a 50% move in Bitcoin in the space of 3 weeks. Now, usually when things pump so hard, they usually have a bit of a pullback. I think the path of Bitcoin is going to be something like this. There will be pullbacks along the way. Try not to buy absolutely every green candle that you see, but there is some good news. Although I think Bitcoin might be cooling off fairly soon as we're hitting around that 100K level, a lot of altcoins still haven't ran, and a lot of meme coins have retraced to pretty good buys. Also, to help confirm that thesis, I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. So if you're not familiar with the chart, Bitcoin dominance represents the strength of Bitcoin versus the general altcoin market. When Bitcoin dominance drops off, that indicates altcoin season. Pretty much that means that Bitcoin is not outperforming the general market and that altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. So although in this time when Bitcoin dominance drops off sharply, Bitcoin is going up, altcoins are going up by more than Bitcoin. So what we want to see for a true altcoin season is a sharp drop off in Bitcoin dominance. So that's what we've been charting for a while. That's what we're looking at currently. We have been in an uptrend now since February. So we've been in an uptrend for 10, 11 months. It looks like we've just tapped the top of the range. What I do want to see is this break out of this channel and break down and have Bitcoin dominance sharply drop off, ideally heading towards that 40% mark. So in this time, altcoins are going to go absolutely parabolic. And if you can get in before that happens, you've got a pretty good chance of making some serious money. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do have a pullback and then cool down for a little bit as money flows into altcoins. You can already see some of the larger altcoins, such as Solana, which is pumped. We have Cardano, which is absolutely pumped. And we've got Avalanche, which is pumped quite a lot as well. Now, this is following the normal pattern where money from Bitcoin flows down into the larger cap coins, then into the mid caps, then into the low caps, then into memes, all of that filthy degenerate stuff that you love me talking about, that usually comes at the end. So Bitcoin breaking out, Bitcoin ripping, and then money flowing into our large caps is exactly what we want to see for a healthy Bitcoin cycle. We will have multiple pullbacks on the way back. However, I don't think by any means that altcoins have all reached their peak valuations. We still do have a lot of retail to come into the market. However, that being said, retail is coming into the market. And if you look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we're currently showing extreme greed at 94. Now, I don't love seeing that. However, that doesn't mean that we should be panicking, selling all our bags. However, we shouldn't be taking new leverage trades on Bitcoin at this level. So if you haven't been in a Bitcoin cycle before, in essence, the flow of money goes from Bitcoin to large caps and so on, as we talked about before. In the lead up to alt season, Bitcoin needs to run first for altcoins to run. However, when Bitcoin dominance breaks down and money flows from Bitcoin into altcoins, Bitcoin doesn't need to go up a huge amount more for altcoins to absolutely pump. We can start seeing pumps from other altcoins. Previously, up until now through the cycle, every time Bitcoin has pulled back a little bit, altcoins have absolutely nuked. However, in a true altcoin cycle, as money is flowing down from Bitcoin into altcoins, as it's more of a risk-on environment, Bitcoin doesn't need to be absolutely ripping into Valhalla for altcoins to be doing well. So anyway, that's enough about that. Let's get into the reason why you're here, which is meme coins. So just quickly though, if you want to get into my Discord where we talk about all these meme coins constantly, I've got a great community in there. We talk everything. We've got some traders in there that know their stuff, meme coin specialists. We've got about 130 members so far. So if you do want to join a great group of people, help navigate this crypto cycle, then I'll leave a link in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe. I reckon you will definitely get some value from it. Alrighty, enough about that now. Let's get on to the first of the undervalued meme coins that I'm looking to be accumulating right now. First up, we've got Hoppy. Now, these are in no particular order. Just so we look at the same Hoppy, you can see it's got a market cap of just under 70 million. OX6E7. That is the Hoppy we are talking about. So Hoppy had a pullback from just under 150 million, currently now sitting around 70 million. We are in an area that makes sense to accumulate here. If you want to get out your fib retracement tool and draw from bottom of the pump to the top, you can see that our 618 line is pretty much bang on where we are at the moment. Now 618 makes sense to bounce for the price. It also makes sense to buy. So sitting at the 618 now at the 70 million. So I do think we're in an entry right now. If you had an amount of capital you wanted to allocate to Hoppy, I'd probably put 30% of it into this buy now and the remaining 70 to DCA from 57 million down. Now that's not me saying put 70% of your portfolio in this coin. That's me saying if you had $100 you wanted to chuck into Hoppy, I'd be putting $30 in now. And then if we did drop lower to below 57 million, I'd be then putting the remaining $70 in, kind of scaling down. The narrative for Hoppy makes a huge amount of sense to me. I think the Matt Fury narrative is hot and will be here all cycle. So Matt Fury, his main book, Boys Club, main character of Boys Club is Pepe. He had a book before Boys Club. Now that was called Night Riders. Now the main character of Night Riders is a frog called Hoppy. So Hoppy is the frog before the frog in essence. So the frog in the book before Pepe, who's the frog in his most well-known book. And Pepe, in my opinion, will be the leading meme coin this cycle. So the narrative makes a huge amount of sense for Hoppy, and I think you could do worse than accumulating here at around the $70 million mark, or below at the 50 to 57 million mark. Alrighty, on to the next one. We have Brett on ETH. Once again, just to make sure we're talking about the same Brett, we have Brett here, OX240, current market cap of 20 million. So I think this one is really undervalued right now at under 20 million. Anything under 20 million for me is a pretty good buy. We could pull back further, yes, but the community is really strong. They work hard for their bags. And Brett has faced multiple big pullbacks in its life before. So Brett on ETH for me is something that I'm pretty bullish on. And I think the entry you're getting right now is pretty good. I've stated a lot of times that I think one Brett this cycle will push past 10 bill to $20 billion valuation. Now, Brett on Base is the leading Brett currently. However, Brett on Ethereum predates Brett on Base, and I just like Ethereum. So Brett on ETH for me is something that I'm willing to place a bet on. I do think it's a good buy currently at 20 million, community is strong, and although money is flowing away from the lower cap meme coins at this stage, I think it's going to allow you some pretty good entries for when retail is fully in the market and then starts to go more risk on. Retail is coming into the market, don't get me wrong, they are starting to be here. We are still early-ish, but we're not still early. But retail starts at the top and then works their way down. So retail will start in coins like Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of those big coins. And then as they're making money but want to make more money, they'll work their way down the market caps. So I think there are a lot of coins with lower market caps that are about to get a huge amount of capital injected into them over the next 2 to 10 months. So yeah, Brett on Ethereum, hugely bullish, OX240, another one that I think you could do worse than accumulating right now. Alrighty, next up we've got Book of Ethereum. So Book of Ethereum, one of my bigger meme coin holds. It's been a little bit disappointing. We have pulled back from 80 million down to around 20 million. Thankfully, we've held this area of support. I think one of the large reasons why Book of ETH retraced so much was FBB4's Twitter. So if you look at the holders, the main holder is FBB4. Now I track this wallet all the time. If you're familiar with my Discord or my channel, you'll know who FBB4 is. He has been buying constantly and FBB4 doesn't sell. FB4 makes his money off providing liquidity, and when there is a lot of liquidity and a lot of trades happening, FB4 is making his money that way. So adds liquidity, sets a floor, pumps up the price. That's how FBB4 has been making money this cycle so far. So still hasn't sold any of his book of Ethereum, which is great, and I love to see that. So if you want to have a look on X, FBB4's Twitter suspended. I don't think it's going to be suspended for too long, and they are trying to get it back up online. So yeah, book of Ethereum, I still think it's a great buy. Currently $25 million market cap. I think this one's still got a huge amount of legs in it. So yeah, me personally adding to book of Ethereum here. I don't think this one is done for at all. Next up, we've got Dogecast. So a little bit different. Now, this is one of the hotter narratives. Now, if you're in my Discord, we got in this one at about 6 million. So we're currently up just under a 4x. I do think this one still has more legs in it. So Dogecast, the narrative is Elon Musk and Vivek are going to have a weekly Dogecast. So if you want to have a look at Doge, as in Department of Government Efficiency, you'll see that it's currently got a market cap of 250 million. So Elon Musk has constantly been talking about the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, which he did that fairly tongue-in-cheek. However, there is a Department of Government Efficiency, and Elon Musk and Vivek are going to be looking at cutting costs. They're also going to be having a weekly podcast or Dogecast where they talk about this. So anything that Elon Musk mentions in the crypto space absolutely pumps. So I think when Dogecasts start happening, Dogecast, the meme coin, has a huge amount of potential. So yeah, Dogecast is another one that I'm in currently. Definitely something that I think you should keep your eye on. These coins move very fast, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it do pretty silly multiples from here. Next up, we've got First Wolf on Ethereum, so Landwolf. So Landwolf has a contract address of OX33A, currently got a market cap of 1.8 million. It is the original one, listed only 5 days after Pepe. So I still think this one has a huge amount of room for growth, and I think that the first mover advantage is going to catch up with it eventually. I think this for me is in my list of long-term accumulation plays. I'm pretty confident that Wolf is going to do very well this cycle. It might take a little while. However, I think from a market cap of 1.8 million, you could do some pretty silly multiples if this ends up being the leading wolf. I think there are a lot of reasons why it could be the leading wolf, but mainly because it was deployed only 5 days after Pepe. And if you want to have a deeper look at the token contract, there are some pretty cool things in it. Join the Telegram, have a little bit of a look into it. You'll see exactly what I'm bullish about. But yeah, long-term hold for me on First Wolf on Ethereum. 1.8 million, I think it's a really good buy today. And lastly, we've got Baby Hoppy. So Baby Hoppy is coming back into a pretty attractive area for me to be buying. Now, this one has retraced a fair bit from just under 3 million to 500K. Now, this is also in my longer term list of plays. A lot of meme coins that are in the lower cap space at the moment are having pretty big retracements. Now, if they're on Ethereum and the narrative is there, I don't think they're dead by any means. A lot of money is flowing away currently from lower cap Ethereum memes onto centralized exchanges and into bigger coins. It's also flowing onto Sol for quick pump and dumps, but I don't really like to play on Sol too much. I do think though that Ethereum meme coins, where the narrative is still there, are going to benefit handsomely for those that hold. So I'm still holding my Baby Hoppy. The team is still active. However, I think they're waiting for money to be flowing back into lower cap meme coins on Ethereum before they really start shipping it. Anyway, that's just 5 coins that I'm currently accumulating, own, or think are at pretty good valuations. But yeah, what I'd really like to hear is what you're buying, what you own, and what you think crypto is doing at the moment. Do you think we are due for a retracement? Do you think we are due for a meme coin pump? Let me know down in the description what you're holding, what you're buying, and what you want me to cover in the future. Also, if you want to join my Discord, I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. As always, legends, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.